Greetings, everybody. On the screen is a map of Portland, the only parish in Jamaica that I have not traveled yet. I have made a duty to go to the 14 parishes of Jamaica throughout the years, and that's the only one that is missing. Now, as a Jamaican and a very proud Jamaican, I can say to you that many of us have the things, the jewels in our own country that we don't go in search of or we don't go to explore. I'm going to pick up this point later on. I'm also going to say that I was born in Jamaica and never left there until I was 21 years old. And when I came to Canada, there were people here that were asking me, how is it that you just came from Jamaica and you have such a strong English accent? Now, that's a household that I was in because my guardian, really valued the language of her masters. And so she taught it. In the recent years that I have married my husband, I learned how to speak patois. Like, seriously. I had to listen to videos after videos after videos online so I could learn to speak more patois. I remember going home and dealing with some children, and I had to get them to repeat, repeat. Remember, I left there when I was 21 years old. Now, being around my partner and listening to him talk patois all the time, this is the truth. And I'm not ashamed. But I remember also that when you were in Jamaica and you're going to school and you speak good English, you got praised for it. And to this very day, just listen to how the people speak. When a kid speaks, proper English, they say, oh, you're so brilliant, you're so smart, you're so wonderful, you're well respected for speaking the language of the Queen. Now, we don't really speak the language of the Queen, but, our version of it, that is, we are praised for it. And we fail to see the things that are valuable to us. We don't capitalize on it. And we're talking about this in terms of our personal behavior and attitude in our own personal life and on our own personal space. And when we extend that and broaden it across the culture and especially the mind, we see that there's a big problem. Now, let me give you a concrete example. The Jamaican artists, dancehall or reggae artists, have this treasure, this beautiful treasure in their hand. And people love it. People across the world don't understand a word of these songs, and yet they jive to it. Yet in Europe, you have all these different festivals. And at this time now, everything is shut down and they had to stay put. And the music suffers as a result of it. And financially, these artists are affected by it. Of course, I get that. And even at this time, with everything that's happening, with all that is being threatened, if you don't comply or do this thing, you are going to suffer. And like all the citizens of the island, some of the artists also, the majority of them saying, well, if we don't do this, we're going to have to comply with what is asked of us because then we're going to lose money. And they're not realizing that you got what they want. They can come to you. But because our minds are so tied up, they don't stop and recognize their value or their worth and put value on what you are worth. To say, I got this, this is not yours, this is mine, this is my skill, this is my gift, my God-given gift. The universe looks out and see how much we as a people have suffered and have endowed us with gifts that people cannot deny. And music happens to be one of them. And Jamaica happens to be filled with people with talent, with gifts, with gems that people seek. When you are a track and field artist, for example, they're artists too, it's artistry. when these track and field sports people get on the field and they perform, people from around the world come to watch them and buy them to come to their colleges and to come to their universities to perform and to be athletes and to represent them on the world stage. They came there to get you because they saw value in you, but you don't see a value in yourself. You're saying, oh, these guys who come to buy me for the sports, or these guys who come to sign me for the music, oh my goodness, they're so wonderful. Failing to understand that they're coming for you because they want what you have. So at this time, instead of the artist in Jamaica start thinking, oh, I got what you want, so you can't block me from traveling. You can't put no business on my head because I got the gift. I have the treasure. And there are individuals in the world, when they see treasure, they're going to come for the damn treasure. But somehow they manage to make you think that they are the treasure. And you are what? You're the tool. It's the other way around, my people. So at this time, no artist should be saying, you know what? Come to me. I got what you want. I'm right here. Now, the Chinese and the Spaniards to this day understand the thing. The Indians, they understand it. Caucasians, they understand it. Black folks, they don't. Now, give you another example. Tourism, most dominant sector in Jamaica. And these hotels, most of them are built by foreigners, Spaniards and Chinese and other people. And guess what? When they come to Jamaica, they don't charge in Chinese dollar. They don't charge in Jamaican dollar. They charge US and in some cases British pound right there on the island. So if it's the US dollar that these artists are chasing after, and if it's the British pound they're chasing after, then why aren't you charging that in Jamaica? That's your home turf. That's what you want. We fail to see the power we carry and the strength we have. And I wonder who is informing or advising these ones. Hey, I'm available. Please, I need a job. Can someone hire me to give you guys some insight, some spiritual insight, and once in a while boost you to have some self-respect and some self-esteem. And listen, people, don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. I have a colonized mind too. So sometimes I have to try to reprogram the mind and download some new information in this mind of mine. So don't think that, I'm just talking at you, because I'm part of it too. But the socialization is something that you don't have to say, I have to keep this. You can come up from it and transform your mind and renew your mind. It's an everyday thing. I'm not being harsh right now because I recognize where we go wrong. And when the Spirit shows me some things, I have to say, wow, I never thought of it like that. The artists are suffering now, and some of them are ready to sell their soul for things that they don't believe in. And no one is advising these ones. And some of these musicians, when they go out and they find themselves in entanglement for years and their career ruined, they still encourage the other musician to go do what they did. And that is just pure bad mind, because if you signed contract and your career ended because you did that, and then you then go back and pick up one of the most talented person and get them to sign the same contract to which is going to end their career, and you still do it. The people are not thinking. They're not thinking. They make a big nose man in Jamaica, controlling the people, lying to the people, pushing the people to a place and threatening their livelihood. Failing to understand that you have the power, that natural given right and power to say yes and no to anything and to demand what you deserve. Think about it, people. I got the thing that you want. It's valuable. But people from other parts of the world can go home to Jamaica and use the same resources, recognize the power of a face like Bob Marley and use it to make money, recognize the power of tourism and the beauty and the natural ecosystem of Jamaica and exploit it and they don't exploit their own potential. It's a crying shame, and we won't change. We cannot change because we just don't have the love we're supposed to have for ourselves and each other. So let them stay there like a puppy show, put things in themselves that they don't want to put because of money. Stay blessed, everybody.